The doctor said my kidneys were fine, but my wife is way too much. You may not believe it, but she's an IC CEO by day, and a clingy wife by night. Every night, she holds me tight, and demands a 10-minute goodnight kiss. Not a second less. After my shower, Sujin was in her favorite nightdress. She sat cross-legged on the bed, tablet in hand. Her brows were tight. That untouchable ice queen aura was exactly like at work. I wiped my hair, then sat far away on purpose. She did not look up. Her voice was ice cold. Come here. I shuffled over. What? My hair is still wet. She lifted her pretty eyes and glanced at me, then patted beside her. Where's the dryer? I'll dry it. Warm air blew over me, her fingers sliding through my hair. It felt so good I almost slept. Lin Yan. I murmured, Come to my company tomorrow. I woke up fast. Why would I go there? Need me to prove again that the ice queen is taken? Last time she called me over, some clueless partner was trying to chase her. She dragged me into the meeting room and announced my husband, Lin Yan. We've been together since childhood. That man's face turned greener than a stock crash. Sujin gave a cold little snort. She turned off the dryer, then combed my hair with her fingers. Just come when I say. Why ask so much? Fine, Madam CEO. Your servant obeys. Hearing that, she smiled in satisfaction. That tiny smile hit hard. Good. Now, good night kiss time. She wrapped her arms around my neck. Her breath brushed my ear. Wait, I'm not ready. Ready for what? She bit my neck in protest, leaving a small mark. You're my husband. Do we need a procedure? Right then, she stole every breath I had. My mind went blank. 10 minutes, no more. No less. When it ended, I collapsed on the bed. I was completely drained. But Demon Su just smiled wickedly, eyes shining at me. Hubby, you're so sweet. I rolled my eyes weakly. Keep going and I'll get diabetes. Satisfied, she hugged me down. It's settled. Come to my office at 10. Got it, I mumbled. If you're late, she paused. Her fingers suddenly stopped. I jolted awake. All sleep vanished. I nearly jumped up. I promise I'll be on time. Listening to her breathe, I still couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling and sighed. Doctor, I really can't take this. The next morning, I reached her company at 9:59. I breathed deep and knocked. A cold voice came from inside, flat and emotionless. By the floor-to-ceiling window, Sujin stood with her back to me on a call. She wore a sharp black suit. Even from behind, she looked fierce. I don't care how you do it. I want the new proposal in 3 days. If you can't, your whole department can leave. Her voice was calm, but every word froze. Then she hung up and slowly turned to me. At least you're on time, Madam CEO called. How dare I refuse? I grinned and walked to her desk, then sat on it. So, why am I here? What's the secret? So mysterious. She said nothing. She just watched me. Those eyes gave nothing away. Suddenly, she grabbed my collar. With one hard tug, I fell into her arms. Sujin. What are you doing? My heart jumped. I had a bad feeling. Hey, don't get crazy. This is your company. I swallowed hard. So what? Her voice turned low. Nothing like that IC CEO. In this company, I decide. I sighed. My dear miss. This is an office. I know, she nodded. But her eyes got brighter. That's why it's fun. After who knows how long, I lay flat on the leather sofa, like dried fish in the sun. She returned to her desk and pressed the intercom. Secretary Chen, tell the marketing director to come in 10 minutes. After hanging up, she glanced at me. A smug smile appeared. Hubby, your stamina is weak. I mouthed 2 words at her. Just wait. Her smile grew even wider. That night, Sujin came home on time. Food aroma filled the room. Her icy face from work melted at once. Hubby, I'm starving. She followed the smell to the dining room. Seeing the table full of dishes, her eyes lit up. Wow. What day is it? Why so much food? She tossed her Hermes bag aside and rushed over to kiss my cheek. I wiped my face and said seriously, don't reward me yet. Wash up and eat. At the table, Sujin dropped the CEO act. She ate happily. I watched her cheeks puff up like a little hamster. My tiny revenge plan vanished on the spot. Forget it, she works hard. At home, let her relax. So I put a rib in her bowl. Eat slowly, nobody's stealing it. So good, she said with her mouth full. Hubby, your cooking is getting better. Quit that design job. I'll open a restaurant. You cook. No way. Cooking for you is tiring enough. For others, I'd collapse. I said it as a joke, but she agreed. She nodded seriously. Your cooking is mine alone. After dinner, Sujin wanted to wash dishes. I refused without mercy. Just rest, my dear miss. If you break one of my plates, my heart will hurt. She pouted. Then went to watch TV. When I finished cleaning up, she was asleep, hugging a pillow. A boring drama played on TV. She was still in her work suit. Heels still on. She must have been exhausted. I walked over and carried her up. In her sleep, she recognized my arms. She snuggled into my chest and mumbled softly. My heart softened at once. Revenge? Head of the family? Forget it. I carried her to the bedroom and laid her on the bed. Watching her sleep so peacefully, I bent down and kissed her forehead. Good night, my queen. Just as I got up to shower, a hand grabbed my collar. I looked down. It was Sujin. Her eyes were already open, under the dim light. They looked dangerous. Where was that sleepy girl? Hubby, she called, voice husky. Soft and tempting. Did you forget something? My heart dropped. Forget what? She slowly sat up. Our goodnight kiss. She said it like common sense. Then pointed at the clock. You haven't kissed me tonight. I knew it. I just knew it. This demon wouldn't spare me. She had been faking sleep. Weren't you tired today? Can we skip it? I fought for my life. I'm not tired. She shook her head and smiled innocently. After your cooking, I'm full of energy. Then she patted beside her. Come here. Hearing those words, my legs almost gave out. Sujin, can we negotiate? I asked bitterly. Can we make it 5 minutes? 10 is too long. No. She refused instantly. 10 minutes is the line. Not 1 second less. Why? She tilted her head, as if thinking hard. Then, she gave an unbeatable reason. Because I like it. The next morning, Sujin dragged me out of bed. What now? It's only 7. I shut my eyes and hugged the pillow. Get up, come home with me, Sujin said, yanking away my blanket. Which home? I asked, half asleep. My parents' house. Mom called yesterday. She said it's been a while, and asked us over for lunch. Hearing my mother-in-law summoned us, I woke up fast. My in-laws watched me grow up. They treated me like their son. Especially my mother-in-law. Every time she saw me, she feared Sujin bullied me. By then, Sujin had changed into a cream dress. Her hair fell over her shoulders, soft and elegant. She looked nothing like her sharp CEO self. Why stare? Don't know me? She raised a brow. Of course I do. I just think. I scratched my head. My wife is pretty. She froze for a second, then her ears turned pink. Soon after, we drove to a luxury villa area. The car barely stopped when Auntie Lee came out. Ayo. My precious son-in-law is here. Auntie Lee held my hand and looked me over. Xiaoyan. Did you lose weight again? Did our Jin bully you? Tell Auntie. I'll scold her for you. I looked to Sujin for help. Sujin looked helpless. She took her mom's arm. Mom. Can you stop doing this? You make me sound evil. You already are. Auntie Lee glared. Xiaoyan is so kind. You wear that cold face at work. Then bring it home too, right? I quickly stepped in. No, Auntie. Jin treats me very well. She's gentle and thoughtful. I said it with no guilt. Because at home, she really was. Just a little too passionate sometimes. Auntie Lee looked half convinced. Then looked at Sujin. Sujin's look said, good answer. In the living room, Auntie pulled me to the kitchen. Xiaoyan, come see. Look what I cook for you. Sujin was left there. So she went back to her room. After chatting with Auntie, I found an excuse. Auntie. I'll check on Jin. Go. That girl always runs straight to her room. I went upstairs easily and pushed open the last door. The moment I entered, I saw our high school photo. As I stared at it, arms wrapped around my waist from behind. What are you thinking? Sujin leaned against my back. Her voice was soft. I was wondering when you became like this. I turned and pinched her cheek. Like what? She blinked innocently. An iceberg by day, a volcano by night. She burst out laughing and hung herself on me. You don't like it? I do, I muttered. It's just bad for my waist. She did not hear. What? Nothing. I shook my head fast. I said you look best like this. Satisfied, she kissed my cheek. Then the air turned dangerous. Sujin's eyes changed too. Those pretty eyes were full of hints. Alarm bells rang in my head. Maybe we should go downstairs. Dad and Uncle should be done playing chess. I tried to dodge it. No rush. She shook her head, arms around my neck, breathing softly by my ear. Hubby, this is my room, Sujin. Don't. She swallowed my protest with a kiss. No, Sujin, we'll get caught. I grabbed her hand, my voice trembling. We won't. I locked the door. Besides, she smiled like a fox. Don't you think being naughty with your childhood sweetheart in your old room is exciting? My heart pounded hard. Half from nerves, half from that stupid thrill. Then I took control. I lifted her up and placed her on her old princess bed. Sujin, you asked for this. My voice dropped, eyes burning. She was not scared. She opened her arms wider, waiting for the storm. Come on, who's scared? Suddenly, Auntie Lee called outside. Jin. Xiaoyan, are you inside? Lunch is ready. Sujin and I froze. We looked at each other, souls nearly gone. We're dead, so dead, I whispered. My heart almost stopped. Even Sujin panicked. She fixed her clothes fast, face red as an apple. Don't make a sound. Outside the door, Auntie Lee seemed to hear nothing. She knocked again. Jin, what are you doing inside? Why is it locked? Sujin took a deep breath, forced calm, and called, Mom. We're fine. I was changing clothes. Lin Yan helped with my zipper. It got stuck. I stared at the door, ready for Auntie to burst in and catch us red-handed. Unexpectedly, after hearing that, Auntie went quiet. Then she gave a knowing, ah. I see. Take your time. I'll let your dad eat first. Then her footsteps faded away. We both breathed out, then collapsed on the bed. Did we get away with it? I asked, still unsure. Seems so, Sujin said, relieved too. But why did I feel that meant everything? During lunch, I was tense. I dared not meet Auntie's eyes. Her gaze made me feel like she saw right through me. Sujin kept filling my bowl while chatting with her parents. That meal ended under baby pressure talk. That scared me to death. I sighed in the car. Sujin sat beside me, looking out the window. She still smiled. You can still smile? I stared, speechless. We almost got exposed. What's scary? She turned to me. Mom probably guessed already. I recalled Auntie's reaction. Yeah, she probably did. So don't be nervous next time. Sujin leaned over and kissed me. My home is your home. Do whatever you want. The way she said it felt like a free pass. Looking at her so close, my heart acted up again. Home. I started the car and said, for what? To prove I can handle it. Sujin laughed hard. All right, I'll wait. In the days after, Sujin found a new world. She grew more addicted to ambushing me in risky places, like couple seats at the cinema or the lounge in my studio. The worst one was at our friend's wedding. Halfway through the ceremony, she texted, meet me near the restroom. I thought something happened, so I rushed over. But once I arrived, she pulled me in for a private talk. When we came out, the groom toasted me. He patted my shoulder. Bro, why is your face so red? Drank too much. I looked at Sujin smiling nearby and nearly cried. I didn't drink too much. I was almost drained dry. I finally understood why the doctor said I was fine. Living in sweet fear daily. My nerves were always on alert. For my own health, I had to strike first. Soon, my chance came. Sujin had to attend a 3-day business summit. Since becoming CEO, she had never left me that long. The night before, she was extra clingy. Hubby, I don't want to go. She mumbled in my arms. It's only 3 days, you'll be back soon. I comforted her, while plotting revenge. Early next morning, Sujin wore a sharp black suit. CEO mode was back. She bent down and whispered, miss me. I opened my eyes and looked at her. Got it, nagger. Only then did she smile and leave. The moment she left, I jumped out of bed. I got dressed and rushed to the airport. Sujin, you like excitement, right? Today, I'll show you what real excitement is. After landing, I used Sujin's documents to get the room beside hers. Then I waited. Around 8 that night. She should have returned from the banquet. I took a deep breath and pulled out the spare room card. That card cost me shameless begging. The manager's look back then clearly said, I understand. I slipped in like a thief. Without making a sound. The main lights were off. Only wall lamps glowed. The room was dim. Water ran in the bathroom. I looked around. Beyond the window was the city's night view. I went to the bed and wrapped myself in the blanket, leaving only my eyes out, like a hunter in ambush. Not long after, Sujin walked to the window and stared at the night view. She picked up her phone, probably to call me. Before she could press call, I lifted the blanket and sat up. Who are you calling? My voice was soft, but crystal clear in the quiet room. Sujin froze. When she saw me on the bed, her pretty eyes flashed with shock. Then disbelief. Then pure joy. Sujin stared at me. Then, like a child with candy, she rushed into my arms. Why are you here? How did you come? Didn't you have studio work? She asked in a rush, her voice already shaking. I missed you, so I came. She buried her face in my chest, shoulders trembling. This woman who ruled in business, who faced hundreds without blinking, was crying like a child. Because I showed up. Hubby, she looked at me, eyes shining like stars. I missed you so much. Then the air in the room changed. She raised her hand to the towel. Hubby, thanks for the surprise. So in return, I'll give you one too. The next day, I woke near noon. My phone rang. Hello? Honey, is the meeting over? I answered. But there was noise on the other end. Then Sujin's angry voice. Mr. Zhang, please show some respect. I frowned. Something was wrong. Sujin, what happened? Is something wrong? Nothing. Her voice sounded forced. Just a drunk business partner. He's being difficult. Where are you? I'm coming. I sat up at once. No need. I can handle it. Stop it. Send the address. My tone turned firm. I hung up, changed fast, and rushed out. At the private room door, I heard a greasy male voice. Miss Su, don't be like that. Our project is sincere. Just drink this glass today, and we'll sign right away. Mr. Zhang, I really can't drink. Sujin held back her anger. Miss Su, looking down on me? Who in business can't drink? Come on, I'll help you. What are you doing? Let go. Hearing that, I kicked the door open. With a loud bang, everyone inside jumped. The room reeked of smoke and alcohol. Several fat, greasy men surrounded Sujin. Her face was cold with disgust. When she saw me, relief flashed in her eyes. I strode over and twisted Zhang's wrist hard. He screamed like a slaughtered pig. The glass fell with a clatter and shattered. Who the hell are you? You dare meddle with me? Zhang clutched his wrist, face twisted in pain. I looked at him coldly. My gaze was ice. I'm her husband. My voice was calm, but everyone heard it. For a moment, they froze. They never expected this untouchable, scandal-free ice queen was married. Zhang Hongfa looked me up and down, eyes full of jealousy. Husband, who knows if it's true? He sneered. Miss Su, just to reject me, you made up this excuse? I ignored him. Instead, I made a call. Hello? Uncle Lee, it's Lin Yan. Uncle Lee handled city commerce. He was my dad's old comrade. He watched me grow up. Xiao Yan? Why call Uncle today? His hearty voice came through. Uncle Lee, I want to ask about someone. I glanced at the fat man's name tag. No Zhang Hongfa of Hongfa Group? Uncle Lee went quiet. Then his tone sank. What happened? Did he offend you? Not me. I said calmly. He offended your niece-in-law. What? Uncle Lee's voice shut up. That bastard has a death wish. Xiao Yan, don't be rash. Give him the phone. I turned on speaker and held it to Zhang Hongfa. Seeing the caller ID, his face went pale. Zhang Hongfa, you've got nerve. Uncle Lee roared through the phone. I don't care what you did. Apologize to my niece-in-law now. If she doesn't forgive you, Hongfa Group leaves this city. Zhang Hongfa's legs went weak. Even in his dreams, he'd never expect this ordinary man could call a city leader. After the call ended, there was a thud. He knelt before us. Mr. Lin. Miss Su, I was blind. I'm not human. Please be generous and spare me once. As he spoke, he slapped himself, watching him kneel and cry. I felt nothing. I turned to Sujin and asked softly, honey, how should we handle him? Sujin looked at me, eyes full of love. She stayed silent, then said coldly, from now on, I don't want Hongfa Group here. Then she held my arm and left without looking back. Only Zhang's cries remained. After that mess, we went back to the hotel. The moment we entered, Sujin collapsed on the bed. I pulled her into my arms. I paused, my heart aching for her. Does this happen often? Business is war. A young, beautiful CEO like her, fighting outside alone, must have faced many creeps. Sujin went silent. That silence said enough. My chest tightened. I held her closer. I should have gone public sooner. Then those flies wouldn't dare. Our wedding was low-key. Only family came. And a few close friends. It's not your fault. Sujin shook her head. She held my face and said, I chose not to announce it. I didn't want you dragged into my mess. My nose stung hearing that. I nearly teared up. Sujin, I looked at her and said clearly, from today, I'm not your secret. I want the world to know. Sujin is my wife. Before she could react, I opened WeChat Moments. I chose a photo of us. It was from our marriage registration. We held our red booklets, smiling like fools. Then I wrote, my childhood sweetheart. My love, my Madam CEO, Sujin. I hit post without hesitation. After moments, I logged into Weibo. Actually, I was a known design blogger, with hundreds of thousands of fans. Same photo, same words. I posted it too. Only then did I look at Sujin. She stared at me, tears filling her eyes. Then she jumped into my arms and cried. Not from hurt, not from anger, but from pure happiness. After that business trip, our life changed a little. The biggest change was, more people stared at me. Before, I was just designer Lin Yan. Now, I was the mysterious husband of CEO Sujin. Whenever I went out, I felt curious eyes everywhere. At my studio, even the security uncle changed. He pulled me aside to introduce someone to his daughter. Mr. Lin, look, my daughter. Can't compare to your wife. But she went to a good university. And she's pretty. Sujin's side changed too. Her company knew I existed. But most people saw me as Miss Sue's pretty boy. Now, they look at me with respect. After all, I was the man who ruined the group with one call. Secretary Chen became even more polite. Mr. Lin, Miss Sue is in a meeting. Please wait in her office. No need, Sister Chen. I'll wait here. How can that do? You're Miss Sue's honored guest. So I entered Sujin's office. It still looked the same. Only on her desk, our photo was bigger now. I was staring at it. When the door opened, Sujin walked in. Seeing me, she froze. Then she smiled brightly. Hubby, why are you here? She quickly came over and tried to jump into my arms. But she forgot. The executives were right behind her. They all froze at the scene. They had probably never seen their ice-cold CEO act so soft before. Sujin realized it too. Her body stiffened, and her face turned red. She quickly pulled back and cleared her throat. Back to her cold face. You may leave first. We'll discuss the proposal this afternoon, she said to the executives. They snapped back. One by one. They quietly escaped. They even closed the door for us. Once the door shut, Sujin couldn't hold back. She threw herself at me and buried her face in my chest. So embarrassing, she shouted, muffled. What's embarrassing? I smiled and rubbed her hair. Let them see their CEO is love. Still not okay. She looked up, face red as a tomato. You ruined my ice queen image. Then let it be ruined. I held her face and said, I like every side of you. Sunlight poured through the window. Warm and beautiful. The next day, I cancelled my work. Sujin also took a rare day off. We drove to the seaside. The beach was beautiful. Barefoot, we walked hand in hand, listening to the waves and feeling the sea breeze. The sunset sank slowly, turning the sky orange-red, like a bright oil painting. We sat side by side, neither speaking, just watching the view in silence. Looking at her soft profile under the sunset, I held her close and felt my heart fill with indescribable happiness. From the moment I met her, I was tied to her forever. From childhood to when our hair turns white. I couldn't handle her passion, but I couldn't live without it, because it bloomed only for me. And I would spend my life protecting that one love.